Fabulous. Good morning, everybody, once again. Here is
Hi, everybody.
John and Bogdan from their studios in Silver State Studios in Houston. Hope you guys are doing well out there and have a fabulous day so far.
Magnificent. Listen, if we should probably do a little housekeeping.
Absolutely.
If you are with us on Facebook Live, thank you for joining us. We love you guys. Unfortunately, we're broadcasting on Zoom, so we can't see your comments live. So if you're making comments, we love that, and we will get back to you as soon as the show is over. But we can't see you live right now.
Actually, I have my phone next to me.
You can't.
I can't promise I can focus all the time in there.
Right. And other than that, everything that we're showing you today, in fact, everything is for sale. You want to buy this cup, I'll make arrangements. So all the art that we're talking about today is for sale. If you find something you love and must have, we'll make that happen. We can do that remotely. We can ship anywhere in the world. You shouldn't go through life missing art that you love.
Exactly. And listen, I keep telling this. We have large pieces and we have small pieces, and a lot of collectors nowadays are running out of wall space, but there's a solution for that. We do have small artworks as well. And like John, I think you make a comment the other day that the outside walls are empty.
That's true. I mean, let's face it, there is the other option. You can go smaller and get more art in, or you can just add more walls to your home. That's another option.
Fantastic. Now, I want to, is there more housekeeping? I don't think so.
I think our house is kept.
And today is August 5th of August. Oh my God, it's going so fast. And I want to share the screens once again because this coming Saturday is the first Saturday of the month. And as usual, we will be in our studios. In 108 is John and 111 it's myself. And we are welcome you guys if you have no other plans for the afternoon.
Yes, by the way, if you don't know this already, the Silver Street Studio, well, all of Sawyer Yards, there's 6 buildings in Sawyer Yards. Everybody's open on the second Saturday. The people in Silver Street are all open on the third Saturday. And we open our own studios on the first Saturday. So this is a real good time just to hang out with Bogdan and I. If you want to spend some time with us, get to go through the nooks and crannies of the studio, just hang out, maybe meet some other people.
Show you,
very informal.
Show you what is new, what we've been working, because we never stop. We just create a lot of stuff. Anyway, moving forward with the first 2 art pieces we want to feature in today's show. Mine it's a fine line ink print and handmade embellished. So this we'll talk about later, but you want to introduce yours?
Yes, and mine is called Jeremiel. It's one in my Archangel series, and it is acrylic on paper, 9 by 12 inches.
And it's lovely. And you have several in this years, right?
Right. I'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay, so moving forward with my first piece, which is pronounced Lidikoitit.
Lidicodite? Lidicotite? Something like
Lidicotite, something like that. Anyway, I will never pronounce it. I mean, and with my English
really
accent,
special mineral.
And so what this is, guys, it's actually a print of the original ink, but it's printed in 10 editions. Each one of these prints are hand embellished, so they are unique. Every piece is unique, and I found that very interesting. You know, yes, it is a print of an original, and yet there is has a uniqueness to it because of the colors I add to each piece. They are similar. With very few changes, variations, but they are unique. And I want to show you how this is how the original ink drawing is here on the left, and then this is how it shows the final version.
I just love these, Bogdan. I mean, the individuality of them, the hand of the artist that is there. I mean, the hand of the artist is there anyway, because you drew all of these
right
by hand, but the individualized embellishment to me makes them far more collectible and far more interesting. Mm-hmm. I think of Andy Warhol, and you get a blue
Marilyn Monroe
or a pink Marilyn Monroe, but actually those are all in a printing process because he was doing screen printing, right?
Right.
And so these are individually embellished by your hand, and each will be completely different.
Yeah, and they all are going to have this gold foil. There's going to be a square around.
Foil and paint, right?
Yes, and there's the yellow parts is paint basically, and the gold is actually gold foil. I for those who are following me on Facebook or on Instagram, you probably have seen the process because I shared how I do it. And I think they're remarkable. So this is the final piece. I was very happy. You can say that.
Yeah, I can see you look surprised.
And then this particular one is 16 by 20, and it's the first edition and one of 10. And they will be. I will put them on the website very soon. But I have to photograph each one of them because they will be. They will vary from one piece to another. Now it's your turn.
Yes, this is Jeremiel is one of 12 in the series of my Archangel series. I named them, and they have kind of I hope this doesn't sound macabre. My dad died of lung cancer, and toward the end, he needed somebody to be around, even though he was mostly out of it, asleep and things like that. So I would spend loads and loads of time over at their place. And so I said, I'm not just going to sit here surfing the web. I'm going to get some work done. So I did this particular series while I was over at Dad's. And I named it after, there were 12 of them. They're all 9x12s on an art paper, a watercolor paper. And I named them after the archangels. There are 12 archangels. And so this particular one, I just really, really love the colors. They're very subtle. This is kind of there's some tropes that I use. This idea of kind of washing the color so you can see the rough edges. Really like that. May mean that they don't need to be matted when they're framed. And of course, all of these smallers, they take on a completely different look when they're framed. And so anyway, you've got my sacred circles are there, my dots. Whenever I use dots, I'm trying to kind of use the idea of Aboriginal art, that there is another place and time, this dream place, this dreamland. That's where the art should take you, in my opinion. So this is just a really subtle use of color and some of my particular symbols, my own kind of symbolic language. And I've got it here.
Just a second. Let me turn the camera.
They're 9x12. They're acrylic on paper, and they are. I think they're adorable. And I think they really, really look good framed. And how they're matted and how they're framed, you can make them more. Show a little more gravitas by doing that. But I just really love the series. I think they're very, very calming, and they have that connection to me of spending some time with Dad near the end.
And so again, I find that all these small pieces on paper would look so fabulous in a floating sort of frame. And
Right.
if you guys need more ideas, if you are interested in such work, we can give some framing ideas how to do it and propose some framings as well.
Yeah, because there are times when, I've got this giant art behind me. These things are 5-6 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but there's some real beauty in something
Absolutely.
smaller, in a smaller place, that's a little more intimate. Anyway, I love these.
And again, the frame will establish that. It can be a larger frame.
Absolutely.
And it brings back the art together.
Mm-hmm.
And fantastic. You mentioned sometime again that we are open on this coming Saturday.
Yes.
And I want to remind everybody that it's still time to come and visit our exhibition on the main hallway, which is the Sum of Us. It's a group exhibition of Silver Street artists. And these are my pieces in the show. 2 of them are printed on canvas. The other one are printed on fine art paper. And then, John, you have 3 of Panca Margar on display these days.
Right. I have the ones that are behind me, and then there are the 3 that are out in the exhibition until the 21st, which is, a week or so.
Fantastic. Now I want to just give a quick thank you to all our collectors who are watching us, support us, trusting our creative driven. How do I say that? Drive.
Yes, thank you guys so much. You have no idea how much it means to us. Some of you might.
Again, we are all over social media, and we have our YouTube, which has a new episode of episode 25 of our Art Live. You want to briefly tell everybody what we have done? If
yes.
I turn music off for a second.
I'm going to mute it. There it goes. There's our kitty cat. Yes, I was doing a weekly blog, a weekly podcast, and a weekly video podcast. And it was just a talking head. And I was telling Bogdan, we really need to spice up the blog. It's such a great way to get us out there in the public. And so what we've done is now Bogdan and I are both on camera, and we're really just sharing our lives as artists, and ourselves. Now, we don't mean to represent all artists, but we're trying to tell the story of our lives as artists, who we meet along the way, what we learn,
Mm-hmm.
and share that with people who are interested in art or maybe just interested in getting to know us better. It's a lot of fun. I think we're really having a good time doing it.
And
it's work, but it's what you do for a living. You know what I mean?
And not only that, I said this before, we learn everything the hard way, and I wish there was somebody for me out there to explain little things and along the way.
I was just talking to you remember when Claudia and Ben came by, and Ben is really just starting out trying to pursue an art career. And one of the things that I was told early on that was hard for me to understand is, you come to that point when you say, okay, I'm going to do this full time. Mm-hmm. And you're never ready. You just get it out of your mind that you're ready, because you'll be surprised. You'll learn things about yourself, but there is a time when it will feel right to do it, mm-hmm. but you're never ready. And so the more people can learn about what it's like, what we face as artists, I think the better it will be for them to make that decision in their own lives and their own careers.
I have to mention that I feel very honored that a couple of people reached to me for the last period of time. One of them, an artist photographer, is getting ready for an art show.
Oh, yeah.
And
big deal.
And this is going to be his first art show, and was freaking out basically about how to put it together. And so I had a very... he reached to me knowing that I know all kinds of things, and I was very honored to share with him everything to make his experience a little smoother. I mean, it's a lot of work.
It's a huge step.
Yeah, it is a huge step, and I can see how scared you can get, especially when you have no experience and we don't know what to expect.
If you're not scared, you're not doing it right.
Yes, and yes, I share with him everything I know, and I told him this is going to be actually your very first experience, so you will learn yourself a lot more after this.
Absolutely.
Now, a lot of work this past week, a lot of website work. I am adding a lot of new works and old works that have never seen the light yet, and they are now all on my website. There is a new page with ink drawings and a new page of illustrations. And if you guys haven't checked my website yet, please do, because there's new work in there and more work will be uploaded soon. Now, I just wanted to show briefly all the ink drawings collection I have, all in my website.
Amazing, a lot.
A lot, it's a lot. And it has to be, it's a lot of work in organizing the sections and all this portfolio. And also I got ready for in the studio and a little look, but it's so loud in here. Now we go. And
I like the music.
And yeah, I had to change several things in the studio just to put up new work on the walls.
Tell me about it. I just brought all that Punk Amarga back, and I've got stuff I'm going to go put it in storage. There's no room. Everything's come home.
Now I just remember you had some work, done some work this week. You're working on something new.
Getting some more painting done, which is lovely. I'm really enjoying this particular piece. I haven't named it yet, so
me too. Is it done?
I think it's done. I think it's done.
It's really pleasant. I love the colors.
I think I finished another one last night as well. So those will be in the studio as soon as I can get a name for them and get them photographed. But yeah, just this is where my joy is. If I'm not painting, then there's. If I'm just doing the paperwork, it's no fun. I mean, it's some fun, but it's not what I want to be doing.
They're really great. And again, guys, if you want to see more of our work, you can always check us on both Facebook and Instagram. We are uploading work in progress and final work all the time.
All the time.
Now, let's move to the next feature pieces.
Oh, I love your pieces here.
Well, there are actually two of them, but I consider to be that work together next to each other. So I said, I'm going to present them both this time. And the one is Silent Whisperer and the other one is Silent Voices. Black and white photography, gigantic pieces, 36 by 24. And I cannot hold it right here, unfortunately. But and your piece is a little smaller, 7 by 5.
Very much smaller.
And these guys are pieces that I have never processed before, and finally they have seen the light last week. And I'm very proud of them. They're very large. Then they can be purchased individual as well as a pair. It's just a fantastic addition to a large home. I have, those are photographs. I love architectures and I love decay architecture. And these particular, how do you call this? floral motifs. They're not gargoyles.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of a mixture of two things. The mascaron, which is the kind of Italian style of putting these kind of grotesque masks on architecture. But in these in particular are also the green man, this kind of forest man made out of foliage. And that's very Northern European. You see that a lot in Germany, England, Portugal, Northern Spain.
Actually, this pieces were off the wall of a building in Dresden.
In Dresden.
So, there you go. And again, they're fantastic pieces. Here is a pictures from my studio. I hang them the other day, and they're priceless.
Really beautiful. And that architectural detail, when you blow it up like that, I mean, we've seen these photos for years on a computer screen and love them. But my gosh, when I saw them blown up and printed, a completely different experience.
Yeah.
Breathtaking.
And again, I'm just saying they are wrapped and ready to go to a new home.
Yep.
All right. Next is Ivan.
Ivan. Let's see. Ivan is, I do these little cartoon heads, and I started doing them. There's a kind of a voluntary training program you can do. They call it the 100-day program, where you do a piece of art every day for 100 days. And so about a week or so in, I was doing little bitty abstracts, and I started doing them all 5 by 7, because an artist that I know who had done this before, Lynn Ennis, and Lynn said, be careful, because at the end of this process, you're going to have 100 pieces of art you're going to have to deal with. So I made them all small and the same size so that they'd kind of fit together in a stand. And so about a week or so in, I was doing abstracts, really loving them. And then I just said, you know what, I'm bored with that. So I started drawing faces, and I had the best time drawing these little cartoon heads. I do realize they're not great drawings. Don't think that I believe that they're realistic in any way. They're not. But the idea is that they're quick and that they really kind of put forward some emotion, some sort of reaction in me, and hopefully in others. And I've sold quite a few. This particular one is Ivan. I named them all because they have such personalities. And Ivan, one of the things I was concerned about when I first started drawing these faces is they were all me. They were all looked kind of like me, and they had their hair parted the same way I do. And I thought, oh my God, I'm just doing a bunch of me's. And so I said, I made a conscious effort, 2 things. One, to make other kinds of people who didn't look like me, either racially or just different facial structures, different kinds of people. Ivan is one of those. And the other thing is, I was showing these to Michael Swank, who runs the mentorship, well, not mentorship so much as a art residency program online in Mexico City, the Proyectos de Residencia. And so I was talking to Michael, and I said, I keep doing these heads and I don't know why. He says, well, you're doing these abstracts and you're doing these heads, put them together. And so Ivan is an example of one of those, that I have kind of the typical things that I like to do in an abstract together with this little cartoony head. And so Ivan has these white dots, again, reminiscent of the Aboriginal, Australian Aborigines. And then I have the sacred circles here. I have just the splatter paint going on. So I tried to incorporate Ivan, who's just this silly little head, he's looking somewhere. I don't know if he's worried or he's up to something, and some other elements that I use in my kind of abstract art. I thought I really like him. I don't know why. Like I say, he's just a friendly guy, and he's up to something. I kind of want to know what he's about to do. But I have a lot of these, and I'm going to continue making them because I really enjoy them. But anyway, this is Ivan.
Fantastic. And we want to say a hello to Gabi and your nuts from my friends from Romania.
Magnificent. Hello.
I don't quite know where exactly they are. I believe
Bună ziua.
Bună ziua. They are in Canada somewhere, I believe. But
Mate.
anyway, if you guys watch this and hear me, leave a note where you are these days.
Lovely. Welcome.
Let's see, 11:26. We have 4 minutes to cover up. Any other news we need to put up for the world?
No, I just think we're doing a lot of catch up. You were talking about your website, and mine is actually, I did quite a lot of work on mine because I had the Pancamarga, and I realized that it wasn't up to date. So I did a lot of work on my website last month to get ready for the show. Mm-hmm. And just the quiet after the storm. Now that Pancamarga has come and gone, I still have pieces for sale. So if you missed that, to join in the Pancamarga Collectors Club, you not only get hopefully a piece of art that you'll cherish, but you also then have the first dibs on the next installment, which will be in 2025. Mm. And so it's an ongoing series for the next 20 years, and it's a great time to get in the door, and I still have some pieces for sale, so I would like to make a plug for those as well.
Oh, I forgot to mention that the Festival de Fotografia Artistica in Argentina started,
yes, it started
on August 1st, and they are now presenting all over Facebook artworks from the artists selected. And if you guys are interested in photography, go check out Festival de Fotografia Artistica in Facebook, and it's an account in there, and you can join at any time. And
it's quite an honor that you were asked again.
Yeah, and my work is there. The Synopsis series is there, and I made a video for them, and then will be shared soon, and I will reshare it as soon as they post it.
And you'll probably have some sort of author's speech at some point.
I might, I don't know. I had one last year. We'll see. And what else? I'm getting ready for Mexico. Today, actually, I'm going to pick up the frames from the framer. Fingers crossed, crossing the border with these items. There's not that many. It's only 11, and they're not that small. They're not that big. They fit in a suitcase.
You also have something else to do today.
Do I?
You're going to Archway to pick up your work.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yes.
That show is over, huh?
Yes. Thank you, Archway, if you are watching us. It was a great honor to be selected again this year on the 13th juried exhibition.
Hey. So yeah,
pretty much this is it for this week. I'm going back to work now to finish a piece on the sculptural photography I was doing, and that's all.
Great. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.